Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start chapter 714 of Magic Emperor. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. The arena had been packed full since early morning, and not just with the nation's delegations but with each sect's team as well. Even with his soul heavily wounded, the pale Han Yufeng still dragged his weary body over to watch. Today was the day the entire western lands were being shuffled. A mere lower three sect had been making its way before the superior three sects and challenging these powerhouses that had remained untouched for thousands of years. Everyone was waiting for this moment to see if these kings' crowns would be sitting on their heads much longer. Whoosh! The judge once again made his appearance in the ring. He bowed before the exalted and looked at the crowd with pink cheeks. It looked like he was excited about today, just like anyone else. The five sects teams, Inner, Ultimate Clarity Sect, Hellion Flame, and Universal Righteous Sect took the lead in appearing at the same time. Sword God Sect and Demon Scheming Sect's team leaders followed them, walking casually. The instant Zhuo Yifan appeared, the crowd went wild. It was common knowledge by now that the only reason the tiny lower three sect could reach up to this point was because of this disciple paving its way. Of course, everyone would pay attention to this outstanding leader. They were all eager to see what kind of miracle he would create next. The judge roamed his cold eyes over everyone. And while it was quite obvious, he had to stick to the program. Sword God Sect disciples, do you wish to challenge the superior three sects? Of course. When Tao shouted, filled with vigor, the judge nodded. Such valor. They clearly have damaged souls yet still come to fight. They're true Sword God Sect disciples. The judge turned to Zhuo Yifan to shout, Demon Scheming Sect disciples, do you challenge the superior three sects? The judge's voice echoed in the ears of every person here. All eyes were now on Zhuo Yifan, eager for his response. Zhuo Yifan muttered something, then eyed Yilin before he shouted, Of course, because I am the strongest one here. A clamor erupted. Zhuo Yifan's promise was more than just confidence. Everyone shook at his words. Zhuo Yifan, I am the strongest disciple in Western lands. You're just the runner-up, and my senior brother is third. Yilin spoke with power and confidence. The crowd grew even more excited now. Seeing the two staring daggers at each other, they were taken by an odd feeling. It was as if they were two tigers fighting over a single mountain. These two's fight has got to be awesome. Wu Qingxiu shook his head. Junior brother, don't drag me into your fight. Besides, I've been the best talent in Western lands before you. So how could you just put me in third place? Wu Qingxiu, your junior brother is genius in smashing senior brother face. Even you've been pushed to third place, where should I be? I feel like I'm getting farther and farther away from my goal. Yinemo sighed, feeling just as depressed as Wu Qingxiu. Exalted Heiran looked at Exalted by Mei and chuckled. Ahaha, Zhuo Yifan does know what's going on. He's not at all careless before he faces his real opponent. Before one wins or not, all must hold confidence in their hearts, or the battle would be lost before it started. Zhuo Yifan's declaration of the strongest has just cut off all retreat. Soon, they will both show all they are made of. This will be a battle worth seeing. Exalted by Mei looked gleeful, even more eager than the crowd below. Who? The judge stood between Zhuo Yifan and Yilin, cutting the sparks between them. Glaring at Zhuo Yifan, and then at Yilin, the judge huffed. What are you two staring at? It's far too soon for you to fight. You'll get your turn soon enough. Why the rush? SSS. Yao Dezhu rolled his eyes, choking on his anger. What were you trying to say? Why have you left us out? By them getting their turn, does that mean the Universal Righteous Sect is bound to lose? Thanks to the judge's intervention, the two returned to their positions. Next up was the fight between Universal Righteous Sect and Sword God Sect. As expected, Sword God Sect's team had wounded souls, and against Universal Righteous Sect's shameless act of saving their strength had routed them, cutting their challenge short. Now was Demon Scheming Sect's turn to fight Universal Righteous Sect in a team battle. Zhuo Yifan waved, letting the rest of his team stand back a bit while he went ahead alone. He then showed an evil smirk. You guys stay out of this. I want to use these guys as dummies for my move. Zhuo Yifan, your arrogance knows no bounds. You dare take all 10 of us alone? Zhao Dezhu squinted and roared. Zhuo Yifan mocked, in every battle, you never once went all out. I alone am more than enough. In fact, you should be freaking honored scheming cowards like you even get me. Why you? Zhao Dezhu's mouth twitched as he glared at Zhuo Yifan. His aura shook, but it soon regained calm as he sported an odd smile. Humph. Universal Righteous Sect has always fought for righteous justice. Even if everyone misunderstands our honorable pursuit, it matters not. As long as we can stop you demons from getting in the superior 3 sects, we will stop the demonic path from growing. We will not blink in the face of death. We will not falter. You said we didn't fight all out in our battles. Fine. Now we will use everything to deal with you, demon. Zhao Dezhu made a sign and charged. Tin-Man seal, soul chain array. The other 9 disciples also moved, landing in a circle around Zhuo Yifan as they made their signs. At that moment, the wind changed, blowing hard as the sounds of rattling chains echoed about. Vague chains shot out from every disciple, connecting them and forming a tight circle. An invisible barrier formed and trapped Zhuo Yifan and the 10 people from the rest of the world. The Soul Chain Array. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. About thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.